Hi, my name is Winner to Win. I'm here to bring you a Pokemon battle. Not just any Pokemon battle, but a Wi-Fi battle. And if you keep up with my content, you will realize I haven't brought you a Wi-Fi battle in a long time. Long time. Like a month and a half, which is a long time in YouTube terms. It's like 2 years. So, I decided that I was going to start posting Wi-Fi battles when Black and White 2 came out. So not only am I posting a Wi-Fi battle, it's a Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. So I'm all caught up and cool like everybody else, even though they've been posting since Black and White 2 came out. Yeah, I'm still behind. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so today's Sunday. I believe this is the official release date of Black and White 2. Is it? Is it? Maybe? I don't know. I don't have anything to back up that support. Back up that info, whatever. Whatever. I'm stop talking. Anyway, let's talk about the team. I'm going against a good friend of mine, Jeremy, aka ItsSuperKook. He was looking for a battle, and I was like, you know what? He likes to play OU. This OU team I've been whoring around. So let's just get a battle in. So he doesn't really have any major threats, like anything that just speaks out to me, other than Meloetta. I do not need to underestimate that thing, but Skarmy, does the thing. Luke could be focus size, sword stance, all that. I have to be wary of that. Jolteon, Heatran is there. I have to, make sure I don't boost up his moves and stuff. And he has Starmie to the rapid spin and all that stuff. Even though the only hazards I really have is Step Rock, so I'm not worried about it. It doesn't look like any of his team is really just that weak against it other than Skarmory. So I'm going to start off with Genesect because Genesect is usually a good thing to start off with. He's going to start off with his Skarmory. Now I figured that he would just want to set up his Step Rocks for his turn, so I'm just going to Ice Beam. I am extra belt, so I like to pretend like I'm Scarfed. That way I can switch moves on him and be like, oh my god, you're not Scarfed, brother. Excuse me. But what I should have did, because I knew that he would not stay in and let his Skarmory die on the first turn. I should have U-turned, because if I U-turn, this thing would probably be dead, because I have to U-turn, almost kill it, if not kill it, and then go into Breloom and just Mach Punch to death. But that didn't happen because I decided to go for Bug Buzz, and he had Protect. Now Protect on Meloetta should send red flags all on the play that this is not a normal Meloetta. Sorry, Mellow Yellow. I'm gonna call it Mellow Yellow because that's easier to say. This is not a normal Mellow Yellow. So it didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that during the battle. So I'm gonna go into Gyarados, get it Intimidate. All right, and because I thought he would do the Relic Song and try to use the Step form, aka Period form, whatever you want to call it. But it didn't happen. He goes in Skarmory. Okay, I taunt it. He tried to Roost up. He's at half health, so. I'm just gonna waterfall, see how much it does. It does absolutely nothing. I'm defensive, he's defensive. He Brave Birds, and basically we did nothing the entire turn because my waterfall did nothing, and his Brave Bird did nothing. But I did a little something. He was in green, now he's in yellow. But he's gonna go to Starmie, take the waterfall really nicely because for one, I'm defensive again, so I don't have that much attack investment. And now he's going to double switch into Skarmory. Now I was going to go to Gastrodon because Gastrodon is a good switch in to Starmie. If you want to go for Surf, got Storm Drain, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, I could take that. And but he did a double switch, and unfortunately he is faster. I'm like, he's faster? Really? Skarmory's faster? I was kind of upset, but then my frown immediately turned upside down. Oh, did I really do that? And when I saw the Surf damage and it almost killed it, I was like, you know what? Fine, you can be faster, I don't care. So he's gonna go back into his Mellow Yellow, and I was like, wait, why did he do that? He saw him Life Orb Surf, so this thing should be screaming out to me that it's special defensive. It should be, but it's not because I am dumb, and I still didn't realize that. I don't realize that sometimes people don't run conventional sets, and this being a special defense wall, it's actually let me go ahead and spoiler alert. This thing is a special defense support Pokemon. It has Calm Mind, Psychic, Heal Bell, Protect. And I'm like, alright, I did not know that. But when I go into Gyarados right here, and he goes for Calm Mind, I'm like, oh, everything starts forming together. Why he had Protect, why he went into it against Gastrodon, special defensive wall. Now, you're asking yourself, why did you stay in here? Because I didn't know if it had Focus Blast. I don't want to go on the Heatran into a Focus Blast if I don't have to. I know I can live one if he does have it. So I was trying to actually Thunder Wave it. That way I could slow it down and then I can do something else. but it didn't happen. I died. The crit didn't matter. Lowest amount of damage possible was 60%. I was at like 51 or something, so that didn't matter. So I'll go into Heatran. Here I should have Toxic because but I didn't know if he had Focus Blast. I know if he did, I could only take 2, and I didn't want to chance that, so I just went ahead and warned him out so he can get that +1 away, and I wore him out to Skarmory. Now you ask yourself, why did you Stuff Rock instead of finishing the Skarmory round? One, Skarmory is not a big issue. I can finish it off if I want to, especially if I still have Heatran. 2, that will give an opportunity for Starmie to come in, and I know that he's going to want to get rid of the Stuff Rocks whenever that happens. So I'm going to take advantage of that later in the game. Whenever Starmie comes out, I know he's going to want to Rapid Spin. Now he goes into Heatran expecting me to Lava Plume. I'm really glad I didn't, because I was actually thought he would go into something else, and I wanted to Toxic, but unfortunately I go into my Gastrodon because I figured that it would take on this Heatran quite well. But unfortunately for me, wow, very inconveniently for me, he actually is a Life Orb Heatran, so that Earth Power does a lot more than I thought it would, and I died to 2 of them. So I'm gonna go into my Purunga, aka Haxorus, aka Scarfrist. This is actually the Pokemon that is Scarf, and just take it out with an Earthquake. Now he probably stayed in fearing that I would be Dragon Dance, and he didn't want anything to he didn't want to sacrifice. He wanted to have to sacrifice stuff in order to deal with me. So he just left his Heatran in. Now he's gonna go into his Meloetta. I figured the Protect is coming or something. Status move. I didn't know his entire moveset until after the game. So I figured that he would live an Earthquake. I was gonna put myself in Superpower. It really didn't matter. It wasn't gonna take it out anyway. So I go into Heatran, and I guess he figured I would just warm him out, fearing the Calm Mind or something. So he just goes for Psychic, and I was like, why did you go? Oh, okay, that makes sense. It actually did make sense to get some damage off before getting ward out. So I was over predicting. I went to Genesect, expecting him to switch out, but he didn't do that. So I attacked the Psychic, and I'm like, okay, I'm faster than him because he's only at 90 base speed. I'm not 99, so, and I am speed plus nature. So I just U-turn, take it out, and I'm like, that works. I go into Breloom after some serious thinking. I'm like, okay, whatever he goes into, I could possibly be put to sleep. He goes into Skarmory. I'm like, yes, I'm faster. I'm jolly. I can just put it to sleep. So I put it to sleep. I'm going to Genesect, and I'm going to like Ice Beam or Thunderbolt. No, Ice Beam because he still has Jolteon. So I was just gonna Ice Beam away, Ice Beam everything, even if Starmie wants to come in. It's damage. But unfortunately, he wakes up. I'm gonna stop saying unfortunately. Inconveniently, he wakes up and he's able to whirlwind me out, which is better than possibly grave birding, because then that Genesect is still alive. So that happens. I get roared into Heatran. I knew the Starmie was coming out. I knew it, but I just didn't do it. I just went for Lava Plume, get some damage off. I know he's gonna Rapid Spin. This is gonna be a ballsy move if I'm going in the Haxorus, because he could predict this and go for Ice Beam. But I was like, you know what? Forget it. He's gonna Rapid Spin. He's gonna Rapid Spin. So I went in there hoping he Rapid Spin. He did. So I'm like, okay, what do you want to die? And then I realized, and I was like, I thought he might switch into Skarmory, so I went for Superpower just to do that much damage. But it turns out that he stayed in. And not only did he stay in, he lived. Not only did he live, look at that amount of health. That is easily making tears come to my eyes, because Haxorus died for no reason. So unfortunately, Haxorus did not get the job done, so Piccolo has to come in and do what Piccolo does best, and that's get the job done. So I am Bandit, so Mach Punch is going to take it out. At the health, it didn't even matter. He's going to go into his Lucario. He has the little N sparkly thing. He's going to E-Speed, and I'm like, oh my god, it did so much. It turns out that he's actually Bandit too, so we're both using Bandit fighting Pokemon, which is pretty cool. But E-Speed is not enough, and Mach Punch is enough because it's super effective, and Bandit and Stab, and yeah. So he's going to go into Jolteon. Jolteon is Jolteon. It is able to take a Bandit Mach Punch though, unfortunately. Now, if I had got the Stealth Rocks up, it would have died, but that's okay. So his last Pokemon is Skarmory. I still have Heatran and Genesect, so I'm not really too worried about it. This Lava Plume is going to be enough to finish him off, and that's going to be a good game. So good game, Jeremy. I really enjoyed it. thanks for being my first person to play when I come back to Pokemon Wi-Fi. I hope you enjoyed the battle as much as the narration, and please stay tuned for any other content that I might give you. And like that, I'm out. Peace.